Kiki.
Yep.
Yeah, so today we're having our first house church gathering, Daybreak Mission House Church, and we're excited, we're nervous, and we cleaned the whole house. Looks really nice. Well, not nervous, but just anxious, and you know, but yeah. All right, guys, what's up? I'm super excited. I just got a new Bible in the mail and wanted to do a little unboxing video on the new Bible. So here's what I got. It's a Holman New King James large print ultra thin reference Bible, aka like a thin line in the ESV that typically have a thin line version. This would be comparable to that, but they call it a ultra thin reference Bible. It's got the Holman lifetime guarantee. Holman's a pretty classic publisher nowadays, so one of the most trusted, I guess. I'm not familiar with Holman in a premium setting, like premium Bibles. I've only really seen their kind of Bibles like this that you would find at any bookstore or Christian bookstore. So I got this online at christianbook.com. So yeah, the goal here was to get something that wasn't marked up like all my other Bibles, something I could preach from, something that's verse by verse, very clear. And also I'm very picky with typography, with font. And I was gonna go NASB, which is the New American Standard Bible. I was gonna get a preaching Bible or something to preach out of in the NASB, but I just can't stand the font. NASB has like their own font type, and I couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger on it because I just can't stand the font, which is unfortunate because there's a whole translation that I just won't read because of the font, unless it's on my phone where I can change the font on the Bible app. So, having said that, I decided to go with the NKJV, mainly because of the font type, and I'll show you guys here in a second. Okay, so here we have it. It comes in this Holman box here, and it's not a clamshell. The top just comes off. and I got it in British tan. You can get, there's a leather version as well, but the leather version's about $50, and I thought that kind of defeated the purpose of what I was trying to do. I was just wanting something on the value level that I could use to preach from, like I said. So here we go. We got the British tan with it, which is a fake leather. They call it the Leathertouch British tan. So right out the gates, it's very similar to the ESV, the Crossway True Tone, as far as how it feels. And it has that little kind of crease that reminds me of the ESV. Then on the spine, we have NKJV, Holy Bible, Holman. Pretty simple, no ribs, but there's the gold ribs that are imprinted on. And then around the edges, we've got what looks like just gold gilting, which looks pretty decent. Nothing special, but pretty decent gilt job. I don't see any like standout imperfections in it, so they did a pretty good job with that. Then on the inside, paste down liner, certificate of marriage, births, deaths, and then the Holy Bible, NKJV. Then we have the preface. This page tells you, I've never seen this before, this tells you how to use the Bible as far as how to look for the references. So that's kind of cool. And the pages are still kind of stuck together from the gilt job. Table of contents. And then here we go, Old Testament. So yeah, you can see I'm having a little bit of trouble with the pages, which is normal. That's how my wide margin was from Crossway as well when I first got it. And so it does need a little help here. That's kind of unfortunate. It needs a little bit of weight. I'm sure once I break it in, it'll be okay, but it definitely needs something held to hold it down if I'm in Genesis, which I often am. But here is the real reason why I got this Bible, guys. Look at the text, look at the font type. I'm very old school with my font. I like it to look like a Cambridge or an Oxford. I want really vibrant text. Like I said, I'm really picky with that font. We've got the headers here, and then like I said, it's verse by verse. So what's nice about that is that when I'm preaching, I won't get lost as much. Whereas with my everyday kind of Bible here, it's not verse by verse. So I did a really good job though of making it so that everything's still readable, but it's not verse by verse. So it's a lot easier to get lost when you're preaching unless I make notes. You can see I kind of did that here, and I think that's because I meant to preach that specifically. And so this is still going to be I got this one as well, but so some of my workhorses, as you could say, you know, that's what I work through. And so this one I want to designate for literally just preaching and reading. So I probably won't make too many marks in here. But you can still see there's a little bit of margin room too. So I could write in it as well if I wanted to. But man, I just love that text block. That's why I really bought this. And actually I learned afterward, after purchasing this, that I kind of lucked out because I heard that they're going to discontinue this Bible if they haven't already. So I heard that I may have gotten one of the last ones. So I'm excited about that. The other thing a lot of people like about this text block, here's Mark. What do you notice it's different? Book of Mark. There's no red letters. It's a black letter edition, which is nice because most of the time people print the red letters terribly. They're like harder to read. They're annoying to the eye. Which who wants to have a problem with the letters of Christ in red? Nobody wants to have a problem with Christ's letters, and words. So this is nice. The print quality is really nice. Paper's nothing that great, but I think I paid. See, I got some stucky. But all you do to fix that is just give it a couple fans back and forth, and with the edges back and forth. But yeah, oh yeah, and then also I forgot to say about the ribbons. So it comes with 2 ribbons, black and like a maroonish orange. So that's really cool too, is it has 2 ribbons. I generally don't, if there was only 1 ribbon in here, it wouldn't be a huge deal. I would just add another one, maybe 2 more. I'm a kind of a 2 to 4 ribbon guy. So, but for preaching, that's kind of perfect. I mean, you're generally only going to use 2 spots in the Bible that you're really picking through if you're doing expository preaching. So yeah, I mean, and then look, it's here in the Psalms. It's still got the nice stanzas, the poetic stanzas. Little descriptions in front of each book. And yeah, it's just got that Oxford Cambridge feel to it, that old school. Like here's an Oxford KJV. See how similar those are? Obviously this one's way higher quality, but like I said, this one is also verse by verse, so I could preach from this too. But the only thing I don't like about this Bible is that the pages are so thin, which can make it kind of problematic to write in with pens. But I love this Bible. I added new ribbons on this one myself. So, but yeah, that's what's nice about this one is I probably won't modify this at all. It's just good to go out of the box. The only thing that I may do eventually, which I've seen some people do, and they say that this is the Bible to do it because the text block is so nice, but to get it rebound into like a leather or something else. So yeah, that's my new Bible, the New King James Holman British Tan Ultrathin reference. Pretty excited. Yeah, and like I said, I got it on christianbook.com, and it was $11.99 on clearance, and I think it's a $30 Bible normally. $29.99 normally. There's the ISBN number. But yeah, $30 originally. Got it for $11.99 plus the $5.99 tax or whatever. No, the shipping and handling was $5.99. So it came out to $17.98. So really good deal, less than 20 bucks. Great text block. And then there's something else really cool about this Bible that most Bibles don't have. And that is, there's this Harmony of the Gospels page section. And it has sort of all the events lining up throughout the Gospels, which is really cool. Good study tool to kind of see the big picture of where all these scriptures line up. And then there's a concordance. Looks like a pretty decent one. And then finally near the end you have these maps. See, and that's probably going to be my main issue, especially if I'm preaching at a Revelation in Genesis, which I tend to do, is it's not really, and maybe that'll change when I work it in. So, yeah, not bad for $17.98.